It's real delicious. You gonna like it too. I got problems. I'm sorry, I've been locked up too long, cabin fever. What's up, everybody? I'm David, and you know I love to cook, but only on a budget. We've made a romantic steak dinner for two for $14. I made brunch for some friends for $20. Now that it's summertime, I wanted to get a little creative. So today, I'm gonna try to make a $1 dish picnic for two for only $14. Will I be able to make it happen? Will you all laugh at me in the comments? Let's find out. Well, everybody, this is the haul. Looks pretty good to me. We've got a wide variety of stuff to make an amazing summer picnic here. We actually came in under budget. While we were looking to spend only $14, we spent $13.37. Now, along with all of this, we're gonna use some of our pantry staples today. We're gonna use flour, sugar, olive oil, salt, and pepper. Now, I'm really excited to get to it, so let's go ahead and jump into the first recipe. All right, so to get started, we're gonna make a fresh corn salad. Now, this is a great addition to have because corn is inexpensive, it's in season right now, and it's a nice, delicious, hearty side to have. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is pickle some onions. We're gonna do that with a little bit of olive oil, some lemon juice, a little bit of salt, real quick, just a little half one, and then of course some sugar in there. The pickling of the onions is gonna do two things for us. Take out a little bit of that bite, because it can be a little strong, so that it just blends better with everything, in case you don't like that. And we didn't have enough money to buy vinegar, so it's gonna help us make a little salad dressing as well. All right, this is looking pretty good. And the next thing we're gonna do is boil our corn. So we're gonna bring some salted water to a boil and place the corn in there for just about 5 minutes. Some people tend to overcook their corn, boiling it for 10 or 15 minutes. You can always tell if you've left it in too long if it starts to wrinkle. Now, you can eat corn raw, so honestly, all you need is about 5 or so minutes and you'll be good to go. All right, now that our corn's finished boiling, we're gonna go ahead and cut it and prep it to go into our salad. You also wanna make sure that you don't handle them until they're cool to the touch, so you don't burn yourself. Typically when people cut corn, you'll see them stand it up like this. But I'm gonna recommend that you go ahead and just lay it on its side, and the paper towel will help you keep it stabilized, and it's also gonna help catch those kernels so they don't fly everywhere. Whenever I'm cooking and stuff's flying everywhere, it gets on my nerves. I know you probably feel the same. So you're gonna go ahead and just very carefully cut down the sides, and if we're lucky, we'll get some nice little pieces like this that we can put into our bowl.
Now that the corn's done, we'll add some fresh tomatoes. Even got a little avocado on the budget. You know I'm gonna look out for you. Our pickled onions. We'll add a little bit of salt, a little pepper. Now mix all that together and then transfer it into a bowl for a backyard picnic or Tupperware so you can have it on the go.
We're just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil on there, put a nice little or the salt on there. And of course, you get a little fresh ground pepper. And that is our fresh tomato corn salad. It's colorful, filling, and refreshing. Now it's time to spice things up. Let's go ahead and move on to our main course. And now I'm gonna make a spicy fried chicken. It's a delicious, hearty addition. Travels well and is delicious at room temp. We're gonna go ahead and get started with a nice 2-ingredient marinade here. I'm gonna take my hot sauce and put it into the sour cream, and then I'm just gonna whisk it together. Now we're gonna use sour cream instead of buttermilk because it's a little bit cheaper, and it's still gonna give us that nice little tang. Now that that's mixed together, we're gonna go ahead and season our chicken. We're gonna take a little bit of salt. We're using chicken thighs with the bone in, as well as having the skin on, because that's gonna be a little bit cheaper. And the dark meat always provides a really nice flavor. And a little bit of pepper for these. Now that we've got these all seasoned, we're gonna go ahead and transfer them into our marinade. Make sure you get every piece nicely coated. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this with some plastic wrap and let it marinate in the fridge for about 1 to 2 hours. If you have more time, you can let it marinate overnight. Now it's time to fry some chicken. So as you can see, we've got our marinated chicken that we were working on earlier and a little bit of flour. Now sometimes you want to add a little kick, but you don't have all the money to get all the various spices you'll need. So we found a seasoning packet. This one's a buffalo flavor to add just a little bit more heat, a little bit of a kick to it. So what we're gonna do is tear that open and put just a little bit to the side, about a teaspoon or something, because we want to use that later so that we can garnish our chicken. And go ahead and put the rest of it into your flour, and you're gonna mix that up. I'm gonna go ahead and take these beautiful chicken thighs. You're gonna put them directly into your flour. You wanna dredge them in the flour and make sure that they get evenly coated. Now, being that I'm from the South, my mom used to have me do this in a brown paper bag. We just throw the flour in there, shake it up, and make sure you cover everything nicely. You're gonna go directly from that flour, carefully place it into the oil. As you can see, we've got a cast iron skillet. That's gonna allow us to do a shallow fry, save a little bit more of the oil we bought, and that retains heat amazingly, works really well, and we're gonna get a really nice crisp on our chicken. We've heated up our oil to about 350 or so degrees, and we're gonna let these bad boys fry. We're only gonna do about 2 at a time here because we wanna make sure we don't crowd the pan. Because if you add too much chicken, you're not gonna have enough time to cook evenly and give you that nice crisp that you're looking for. All right, now that we're finished, we're gonna go ahead and let these drain on a paper towel. And while they're still hot, we're gonna use that leftover seasoning we had and go ahead and garnish with a little bit of that. Put a little extra dry rub and love on there. And go ahead and put a little extra on mine. All right, now that we're finished, we're gonna go ahead and place these in a little basket, put them in a box, whatever's clever. And with that, we have our flavorful, spicy fried chicken. I know Amanda's gonna love this. Now you gotta keep the spice in the kitchen and in your relationship. That's another tip. Now let's end things on a sweet note with dessert. Today, we're gonna make some strawberry shortcake jars. And strawberry shortcake is refreshing and I mean, why not? So I got lucky and found these mini biscuits for only $1, which is perfect because that's all I really need for the 2 of us. We'll go ahead, open it up. It's my favorite part. And we've got a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, help us to make sure they don't stick when we take them out. We're just gonna put these into the oven and follow the directions on the can. It says about 400 degrees for 8 to 11 minutes or until they're nice and golden brown on the top. Let's go pop these in the oven. Now, another reason we're making strawberry shortcake is that we found these strawberries on sale for only $1.56 for an entire pound. Now, I wanna show you a little trick that we use when we prepped our strawberries. If you can take a metal straw like this and insert it through the bottom, then the stem just pops right out. If you have a little excess, that's all right. Just tear it off, and then you'll chop it and throw it in there with the rest. You wanna make sure to drizzle with just a little bit of sugar to make it a little sweet, and it's gonna bring out the juices in the strawberries. So when we add it to our jar, it'll make a nice little strawberry syrup for those biscuits to soak up. All right, our biscuits are ready. First, we're gonna chop up these biscuits. Now, I recommend taking it and kinda trying to cut it in half first, then laying it flat, cutting across, spinning it one more time, and that'll give you some nice little bite-sized cubes. Throw those into a bowl. We've got these really cool glass jars, which are gonna be perfect for after we assemble everything, so you can see all the beautiful layers. Now you're gonna start out with your chopped biscuits, then we'll add our strawberries. You wanna try to work from the outside layer in, and then we're gonna add the whipped cream. Now, you don't have to use a piping bag, but I think it's kinda cool, pretty easy, and I wanted to feel fancy. So we'll just squeeze that in there. A little bit messy, so I'm just gonna smooth that out. We're gonna go ahead and add some more of our biscuits. And for me, it doesn't have to look pretty as long as it tastes good. Some more of our fresh strawberries on there. We'll end with our whipped topping. We're gonna put just a little bit of our biscuits on top as a little garnish and a nice little strawberry on the side. Now these strawberry shortcake jars actually get even better the longer they sit because that strawberry syrup is just gonna sop and soak into those biscuits and make it even more amazing. It's the perfect picnic dessert because they look, taste, and smell just like summer. Well, everyone, this is our $1 dish picnic for 2, and we were able to execute it for under $14. We've got a fresh corn tomato salad, we've got some delicious spicy fried chicken, and our strawberry shortcake jars. Now, before I go, I gotta make sure and do some quality control. Let's see how this came out. Now that's good. That extra little seasoning on top gave it the perfect little kick. I gotta wrap all this up, take it home. Me and Amanda are gonna have a backyard picnic. I'll see you next time. Make sure you subscribe.